Being a small YouTuber is harder than giving birth. Okay, that's not true, but you get the idea. No offense to all the pregnant people. Being a small YouTuber is hard, and I don't even want to repeat the same old difficulties that have already been mentioned millions of times, like facing the fear of being judged, figuring out what content you want to make, learning how to edit to make your video look less like a goddamn PowerPoint presentation. Those are already the usual stuff, right? They will be insignificant compared to the real difficulties I want to tell you. I really resonate with what Bane said in The Dark Knight Rises. This is just so true when you apply it to the mental journey of a small YouTuber, man. Let me explain. So you post your first couple of videos and then they get maybe dozens or hundreds of views. So you thought, oh, if I continue posting, soon my video is gonna get thousands of views, tens of thousands of views, or maybe even millions of views. And then I'm gonna be the next Mr. Beast. I will have earned enough money and retire at 20. And then your next video gets 6 or 7 views. Well, you thought this might just be an outlier, so you post another video thinking it will get better. 2 views. This is one of the most painful things you can experience as a small YouTuber. As humans, we're more motivated by progress than goals. So having low views would be fine if you know your YouTube growth is linear, but that's hardly the case. When you see a glimpse of hope from your high-performing video just to see the views of your next video plummet, it really messes with your mental health, man. And yes, I know the viewership roller coaster isn't a forever thing, and I believe your views gonna get better if you keep improving your views consistently, but still, it stings when you're experiencing this. In fact, it stings so much that 90% of the small YouTubers give up at this stage. Fun fact, it takes an average of 152 videos for you to even get to 1,000 subscribers. Now let's do some math. If you post a video every week, it would take 152 weeks for you to get monetized. Assuming your watch hours also hit the 4,000 mark, 152 weeks equals to 35 months, which equals to approximately 2.91 years. This means it would take an average of 3 years for you to get monetized, not to mention another few years to start earning substantial money. So if you don't like your 9-to-5 job, and that's why you're making YouTube videos, don't expect to quit it right away. You're gonna need to work your 9-to-5 and your YouTube channel simultaneously for at least 3 to 4 years. Now, if you don't need to work a 9-to-5 yet, maybe you're a student or something, then I envy you. Because working a 9-to-5 and making YouTube videos at the same time is really tough, man. After leaving my company at 5, it would take me an hour to get home, plus another hour to get dinner and shower. So the earliest timing to start is 7 p.m., which means I have 4 to 5 hours per day to work on my YouTube channel. Now, you might think that's not that bad, right? Yeah, that's true, but you gotta include the mental exhaustion after working for a whole day. Sometimes I'm just so drained by work that I don't want to do anything after coming back home, except to lie on my bed and listen to this ASMR cat video. By the way, this video is cool, you need to watch it. Anyway, the takeaway is, juggling a full-time job and YouTube is difficult. English is my third language. Now this comes with 3 disadvantages. First, it's really difficult for me to talk without script. Every time I try to go off script, I would just keep rambling about the same thing. Sometimes I really admire these guys who can yap on camera for 20 minutes straight without a script. If I try to yap 20 minutes about, let's say, my school experience, I'll spend the first 90 minutes talking about how I go to school by bus, and the last minute talking about my actual school experience. That's why I need to work extra hard on my script to make sure I don't go off topic when I'm recording myself. And speaking of scripting, sometimes I'll get confused when I try to add certain phrases into my script. Like I'll think, do normal English speakers even use these phrases? Like I just realized I said pregnant people at the start of my video, which is weird. Should I say pregnant female or pregnant ladies instead? Let me Google it. Is pregnant people a correct phrase? Yes, pregnant people is the grammatically correct and widely used phrase. Why the phrase is used? Okay. Because it includes transgender men and non-binary individuals that can become pregnant alongside cisgender women. So using pregnant people is for including the LGBTQ+ community. Sorry if I look like an uneducated person. I don't think I knew what LGBT was until I was 15 because I was too busy doing math. Anyway, the last difficulty with English not being my first language is that I need to enunciate deliberately to make sure my accent doesn't sound like crap. So I want to go back to this part and I want to show you how I would sound if I completely gave up on enunciation. Being a small YouTuber is harder than giving birth. Okay, that's not true, but you get the idea. No offense to all pregnant people. Alright, that's enough, you get the idea. If I really spoke like this at the start of the video, you'd click off immediately. Hence, the need for enunciation. So now you might ask, how do I still not give up with all these odds stacked against me? Excellent question. I have 4 mindsets to keep myself motivated to make videos. Mindset number 1. Instead of worrying about whether my channel will succeed or not, I consider posting on YouTube a net win for me. I mean, you can learn script writing, video editing, thumbnail designing, and public relations all at the same time. And although the learning curve for some of these skills is steep, it's 100% worth it. So that's one win for my personal development. development. Also, you don't really need to take any courses to learn these skills because you can just master them through the constant practice of making videos. And even if you need tutorials, there's tons of free stuff on YouTube. So in other words, you don't need to pay a single dime for your personal development, which is rare if you think about this. I mean, think about how much your parents need to pay for your so-called interest classes when you were a kid, like learning a certain instrument or sport. Not to mention, there's a possibility that you can get monetized if you improve your YouTube skills, aka making better videos, which means you get paid for learning new skills. If you view it from this perspective, your motivation to make YouTube videos is gonna increase significantly because you're treating it like a learning journey. Number 2, I don't consider YouTube as my second job, just my side project. The good thing about this mindset is that I don't have much pressure to make every video for the sake of growing my channel into a business, which would certainly give me burnout. Instead, I make my videos 70% because of my intrinsic motivation to express my thoughts, and 30% because of a little bit of hope that my side project can grow into something huge in the future. Also, I'm gonna die if I need to work 2 jobs every day, so that's also that. Number 3, 1 subscriber is enough. Think about this. If you have 1 subscriber, that means there's 1 person who agrees with you, relates to you, and wants to hear more about what you want to say. That's really good if you put this fact in the real world. And if you have 10 subscribers, that means 10 real people are eager to listen to your thoughts, which is already very impressive. If I don't have this mindset, I really believe I'm just gonna obsess over views or subscriber counts, which would definitely drive me nuts and make me quit. Number 4, I tell myself, what if I really succeed on YouTube? Now, this seems contradictory to all my previous mindsets, but actually it's not. My previous mindsets are to remind me of why I create content in the first place and prevent me from obsessing over virality. On the other hand, this mindset provides me with a small glimpse into the possibility that I can make it on YouTube. That's why I don't say I need to succeed on YouTube, which is a certainty, but just what if I succeed on YouTube, which is a possibility. And I believe that possibility is always more thrilling than a certainty. So this will also motivate me to keep going on YouTube. Thanks for watching. This is Mr. Machine.